Excited to have a conversation today with Nikki Golly. And oh my gosh, this is such perfect timing for all of us because most of you, I know some of you are in other countries or Canada, that's another country, but sometimes we don't think of it as that. It's just our northern neighbor. But what perfect timing to talk about happy keys to happy digestion because a lot of us just celebrated Thanksgiving and it is all about food, right? People eat for Thanksgiving. And oh my gosh, I don't know how you're feeling now if you're doing a lot of leftovers or if you just overate and are still feeling that coma from overeating. But it's true for a lot of us that food and family has so much emotional connection and it means so much to all of us. So this is great timing to have this conversation with Nikki. And I'm going to welcome and introduce her in just a moment. But for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm a public speaking coach and I help people mostly with presence, communication, authenticity. And whether you work for a company on a team, you own a company, you're a coach, or you just want to know how to talk to those annoying relatives that we just, probably had one or two of those at our table, or your kids or your spouse that you love, but can sometimes be annoying. These communication techniques that I teach are helpful for all of that. So without more time, let's introduce Nikki, and she is the constipation nutritionist and food sensitivity guru. So we're going to get a lot of great information. Nikki, welcome. And if you
Thank
could
you
tell
so
us a
much.
little bit, yeah, it's so great to be with you. If you could tell us a little bit more about what you do and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate being here. This is so cool. Um, Holidays are a big time to talk about digestion because most people don't. And I am obviously a nutritionist and I focus on digestive health and getting people to have happy digestion and smooth, healthy poops and happy guts essentially. And I got into this and why I talk, most people that have watched me for any number of years have talked that I talk about digestion and poop very often just because it's not talked about. If it was talked about, more people would know what was normal and not normal. I was constipated for 27 years and I didn't know what I was experiencing wasn't normal. I didn't know pooping once a week was not normal, nor healthy, nor okay for the body and the digestion. I mean, obviously, I knew something was wrong because I was in pain. I was super bloated. I wasn't going to the bathroom. I just didn't feel good overall in general with everything. But I didn't come from a family that didn't talk about things. I just didn't know that it was something I needed to talk about. So I'm a big one to talk about digestion, talk about it with your family, start that conversation. But I definitely got into it because I think it's so important and really what goes in everything you eat, we all eat in communal situations and have great Thanksgiving dinner with family and stuff. But most of us don't talk about what comes out and how it comes out. And if it's not coming out right, there's something amiss. You're either eating something that doesn't work with you or your body's not working correctly because what goes in has to get digested, assimilated, and eliminated. And if you have you have a problem anywhere in there, it causes all kinds of issues.
Yeah, Nikki, this is amazing because there are so many people out there that can relate, but you're right, they're not talking about it. And
No.
27 years, oh my gosh, that's like your whole life. And
I know.
and
It's
but for
crazy.
a lot of people, it's like when we're babies, right? It's all about do they poop today and how do they poop? And it's all about
Yeah.
that when they're babies, and then zip, we don't
Yeah,
talk
when you're
about that
changing diapers,
anymore.
it's
Like,
like at the forefront, like you know what's going on, but after that, nobody talks. I mean, maybe when you're potty training, it's like, are you going number one or do you have to go number one or number two? Like, let's go to the bathroom. But after that, everyone is so quiet about it. It's like a shameful thing, but it's not. Everybody poops. Everybody poops. And if you're not pooping,
right.
something's wrong. Please talk
That
to
is
me.
the message for today. Everybody poops. Come on,
Yes,
everybody.
everybody poops.
So,
Everything poops. Creatures poop. Everything.
oh my
Everything.
gosh. Yeah. And it's, you can tell so much. Well, we won't have to get into those details, but there's so much you can tell from your poop also, let alone if you're constipated. Oh my gosh, it wreaks havoc on your digestive system. And as we are learning more and more that our digestive system has everything to do with our immunity, our general health, our mental state, it's
Yes.
so connected. And
Yeah.
we're learning that it's more and more important. So I love that you help people with this because I
Yes.
don't know a lot
Mood.
of people that do.
Yeah, mood is one that's a huge one. Most people don't think about, but your mood and your mental health and how you're feeling up here is highly, highly, highly affected of what's going on in your digestive system.
Yeah.
Very, very affected. If your mood is really low or you're bipolar, there's probably a imbalance in your
Wow.
digestion and your elimination too.
Yes,
It's amazing how
absolutely.
interconnected it is.
So, what would you say are, this is about the three keys to a happy digestion. What are some of the tips you have for people on how to have a happier, better digestive system?
Yes. Well, one of my favorite tips, and it seems so easy, but it's so overlooked,
Mhm.
is water. How
Oh,
much
yeah,
water are you
yeah,
drinking?
yeah,
So many people are
absolutely. Yeah,
focusing on this supplement
yeah,
or that supplement or what you can do and how what foods you can eat. And the simplest fact is going back to the basics. Water. Water is like the number one thing that I focus on with all my clients to start with. Because if you're not hydrated, your body's not working properly. You're actually it's kind of disgusting, but if you are dehydrated, your body needs water to function. So what's going to happen is it's going to pull more water from your large intestine out of your poop. So the more water, so essentially you're recycling not so good water if you're not hydrated.
yeah.
So
Ew.
your body's just not going to work properly if you're not really hydrated. So that's like the number one. It's the easiest thing. But again, it's so overlooked. People are like, oh, yeah, I drink water some, or I
Yeah,
put
they
things
drink
in it.
coffee, they drink tea, which gets rid of your water. They drink, soda or whatever else, juice. And that's not the same. Liquid is not the same as water. Yeah.
Yeah, water. Water is key. Water is so important to fully hydrate. Just a trick for all of us women, you know those like fine lines you get right here? A lot of times it's dehydration. I mean, the more plump your skin, the more hydrated you are, the more plump your skin is, and the better you feel all over. That's
Yeah.
just a little tip that, like, hey, pound that water. It's really good for you.
Now
You don't want
that's
to overdo
motivating,
it.
right? Some
Yeah.
of these other things, like, oh, I know I need that, but get rid of wrinkles. Yeah, now we're motivated.
I know. I mean, all women, like, hey, I'm not a super vain person, but I think it's important to stay hydrated. If I
And
notice that
men
I'm like,
too, right? I mean, men get wrinkles. Come on. So this
yes,
is
yeah,
true
and
for
it's
all of us. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, hydration is like the number one before everything else. Just
Okay.
again, because it's so overlooked.
Yeah.
But then
So
you
what?
go on to
Yeah.
things like fiber.
Yeah.
Fiber is really important. There's so many fiber sources out there. The best, of course, hi, I'm a nutritionist. I'm going to talk about fruits and vegetables because those are be your best sources of fiber because they're also high in nutrients. But beans are another other really good high fiber food. But I don't talk about fiber until I make sure to talk about water. Because if you do a whole lot of fiber and you're not hydrated, it can do the opposite of what you want it to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Another great tip. Yes, we need both of those. Everyone does. Even if you're not having a little trouble now, to prevent trouble, you want to have hydration and fiber. And then what's
Yeah.
the third tip that you have?
Well, one of the third tip, which is slightly different with what a lot of nutritionists will talk about, but it's lowering your stress level.
Mm.
We are stressed. As a culture, we go, go, go. We're always busy. If it's not stress from your family, from the holidays, I get that. Or it's just stress from work, stress that you put on yourself, not sleeping well, those kinds of things. one of the best things you can do is take time to consciously breathe and
Mm.
calm down. So there's your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system runs the show most of the time. That's your fight or flight, get it done, go, go, go. We're really good at the sympathetic nervous system in the United States, even Canada, most of the world actually. That it's that go, 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 constantly go. You're always in fight or flight if you're stressed out. So what you want to do is down regulate that sympathetic and up regulate your
Mm.
parasympathetic. That's your rest, digest, calm. Because if you're always in fight or flight, your body's not digesting properly. You're not giving yourself time because your body thinks there's a saber-toothed tiger outside my cave that's gonna eat me. I can't rest. I gotta be on high alert or I'm gonna die. But now we have changed our environment to, instead of a saber-toothed tiger trying to eat us, it's our coworker, it's our deadlines that we've created, it's our family. It's like constantly our brains are so powerful that we can think of a situation that's about to happen or think of a situation that has happened and cause our body to have the same reaction as if it is happening right now.
Yeah, that
So
is
we
so
are,
true. And I love how you use the rhyme rest, digest, makes it really easy to remember that, yes, in order to digest, we need to rest. That's what our physiology needs to do.
yeah,
Yes.
it's so
So,
important.
yeah. And so while we're talking about stress, can you talk a little bit more about how stress affects our digestive system?
Yeah, the more stressed we are, the more we are in that fight or flight, it kind of slows stuff down. What happens is when you're in fight or flight, it puts all of your energy into your extremities, into your brain, so you
Mm.
can think your way out of the situation. You could run, you could hide, but all of the extremities, where's your digestive system? Not in your extremities. So if you calm yourself down, if you breathe, if you relax, if you meditate, meditate is a weird word, or some people think that's kind of woo, or you have to sit in a closet and go like this, and that's not necessarily true.
Not at
But
all.
meditation, if you look at the word meditation, meditation means to know thyself. So the more you relax and the more you know yourself and know what's going on within your body, the better your digestion, the better your life is going to be in general. Is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. I teach meditation also. And, there's a lot of different ways to meditate, and not every way is going to work well for you out there. It just depends. Like I
Hmm.
can't meditate for hours at a time, but I can meditate for 10 minutes and make a huge difference in my physiology and how I feel. And it's delicious. It's wonderful. Speaking of food,
Yes.
it's
Yes. One of the
meditation
things
can be delicious.
I recorded, it's on YouTube. You can probably Google my name, Nikki Golly, and on YouTube, I did a 5-minute stress meditation that I can find the link and put it in the comments later. But it makes a world of difference. So the trick is, and what I talk about in the meditation, is to breathe out longer than you breathe in. What
Mm.
that does is if you breathe in and then you breathe out longer, it tells your body that you're safe, that you're okay, that you don't need to run out and do certain things. So it kind of calms your whole stress level down and makes you just feel like like completely different in 5 minutes. It's amazing what breathing can do and just calming yourself down. That is just like a sit, do nothing meditation, but there's also like movement meditations or things like that. But 5 minutes is, I started with 5 minutes. I pretty regularly meditate for about 35 to 45 minutes now. It makes such a huge difference.
It
I
does.
have a
That's
one-year-old
a great
daughter and
point, that you can start with 5 minutes. You don't have
yeah,
to meditate for a long time to make a change. And
yeah.
and then you can build on that. Or, if all you did was 5 minutes a day, your life would be so different. So
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. So what is
Yes.
one thing you can do to heal your body?
One thing you can do to heal your body. There's so many different things, but one of the biggest things is just know, like check in. take some time to check in to feel how you're feeling. So many people think that as you age that your knees have to hurt, or you have to be slow at your talking, or things just leave your brain. That isn't true. It means that there's an imbalance within your body. So just fully check in. I've created a quiz. I think I was going to talk about it a little bit, but I'll go ahead and talk about it now because it's coming up.
Sure, go for it.
I have a digestion optimization quiz that I wanted to gift everybody that is watching, just so you can check out what's going on with your body. Just it's only 14 questions, kind of goes in, figure out what the high things to focus on, or the things that are major to focus on. Like, if you rate yourself between a 1 and a 5, but you really want to check in. Just take a few moments, check in. What's going on? What is amiss? Do I always feel bloated after I eat? Or do I feel uncomfortable? Are my knees hurting? My joints swell up? Like, there's so many different things. One of the other things that comes up with a lot of times when I'm working with clients is food allergies or food sensitivities. They show up in your skin. That's another one. Like, people with acne or even eczema, psoriasis, a lot of that times that's actually a food sensitivity. Instead of taking a pharmaceutical drug that lowers your immune system, that makes you essentially more susceptible to other sicknesses, instead find the root cause of what's causing it. And that's what it is. So take some time, figure out what's going on, talk to an expert. I mean, I'm not the only nutritionist out there. There's other people that do great stuff. I focus on digestion and food allergies and food sensitivities because it's so important. But just talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. Like, if I'm going to talk about speaking, I'm not going to go to me. I'm going to go to Marla.
Yeah.
Like, that's
you for that,
important.
Nikki.
Like, talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about. And
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
first, check in. What's going on? Is this normal? Yeah, just because it's normal in our culture doesn't mean it's okay or it's actually normal.
Right. And we don't know what we don't know, right? That's kind of, with public speaking, it's like if you keep practicing the same things over and over again, you'll get better and be more comfortable. But if you want to be an extraordinary speaker, you have to learn the best techniques. And same with nutrition. Yeah, there's certain things you can do on your own, but you don't know what you don't know. If you have a food sensitivity, like Nikki's saying, it may be that you don't know that a symptom you have is a result of a food sensitivity. And so talking to someone like Nikki, who knows her stuff, is going to help you figure out, well, do I have that? Is that what's going on? Maybe your only symptom is you're tired all the time and you think, well, it's because I'm stressed, and you don't relate it back to your digestion. There's so many ways our digestion affects not only our immunity, but our well-being in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we were talking about mood. Mood is a big one with digestion. Like, you don't think about it because they're up here and down here, but they're so interconnected. Everything in our body is interconnected. If something's amiss, the whole chain is usually affected. So I know I talked about the digestion quiz. I put that out there. I would want anyone and everyone to check it out, see what's going on with themselves. But I also wanted to make it a little bit sweeter for the people that do. For the first 5 people that do the digestion quiz, the digestion optimization quiz, I will go over your results. For the first 5 people, I'll go over your results with you one-on-one and give you a free digestion harmony session. That's usually what I do with people if they're having major issues, but I'll happily do it for free, just to kind of give you that little bit of a nudge. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's see how you are on the quiz. Let's go through it, and then let's make a plan to actually start you feeling better now, not after Christmas or the new year when everyone focuses on getting healthy. Like, now is the time to get healthy, because you can get that jump start. You can start feeling better. And I've done this a lot with actually all of my clients. We go through and we talk about specific things that you can do to get the most out of your holidays while feeling great and enjoying yourself. Because I think it's important to be happy and healthy.
Absolutely. And they're so connected. If you don't have your health, it's hard to have anything in your life. So, that would be your focus, and you want to prevent that. You don't want to get to that point. And Nikki, that's so kind of you to offer this gift. I have at the bottom of the screen is scrolling by exactly how to get this quiz. So hurry and click on that now, because only the first 5 are going to get this amazing session with Nikki. And then if you're watching the replay, as I know a lot of you are just watching the replay, you can still click on this and go and get the quiz, and then take it from there. So this is a wonderful gift. Thank you so much, Nikki. This is perfect timing, and it's been great having a conversation with you. If anyone wants to get in contact with me about speaking, there's my QR code up there. Just click on that and you can set up an appointment with me or just find out more. And Nikki, this has been such a joy talking with you. It's been great getting to know you. And thank you so much for this great information.
Thank you so much. I look forward to many more conversations as well.
Sounds good. I'm sure we will. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.